Buenos dias, this is Scott Oliver with WeLoveCostaRica.com. Today here in San Jose with Michael Simons, who's an extraordinarily successful professional realtor in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. I do deal with realtors on a daily basis. I work with developers on a daily basis, and I don't think I know another realtor that sells quite as much real estate as Mr. Michael Simons.
Good to be here, Scott. Thank you. My name is Michael Simons. I'm a professional realtor in Guanacaste. I specialize in Playa Hermosa, Playa del Coco, Playa Panama. Most importantly, the area around the Liberia Airport, which is known as the Papagayo. I specialize mostly in vacation and retirement homes and condominiums, and I deal mostly with North Americans from Canada and the United States of America. When I'm speaking with my clients, I tell them that one of the most important things is that our area of Costa Rica, the Guanacaste region, and most importantly the Papagayo area, has really been the focal point of foreign investment in the entire country. The government of Costa Rica actually designated our area as the main center of tourism and foreign investment. We have the best weather, we have some of the best beaches, and most importantly, we have the Liberia Airport. So it makes it very simple for clients to fly in, get off the plane, and literally 15 or 20 minutes later, they can be sitting at the beach having a cocktail on their balcony. And now with the expansion of that entire area, there are 2 brand new hospitals being built. There's a Clinica Biblica and a new SEMA hospital, which of course is very important for my clients from the United States and Canada. We want to know that we have good health care. We have the best infrastructure in the entire country. We have some of the best roads. We have high-speed internet. We have good police and good security. And most important, our market is very, very stable. I find that it's very difficult for clients in the United States and Canada right now to really know where they can invest. You can't put your money in the bank because they don't pay you any interest. The stock market went up and down, I think, 5 times this week. So unless you're a real guru of the stock market, most people have no clue as to where to go in the stock market. And in my opinion, the real estate market in the United States is going to take at least a decade to recover. You have millions and millions of homes that are being sold, literally 50 cents on the dollar. And more that seem to be coming every single day. And in my opinion, the biggest problem with the United States and Canada is the formal MLS. You have a scenario where you have a home in a community, and last year, a few years ago, it was worth $400,000. But now, thanks to the MLS, a certain amount of those homes have been foreclosed on by the bank. The bank has resold those homes for half price, and now everybody else's home is affected by that. And literally for the next decade, it's going to be very hard for a buyer to come in and want to pay more than what the fire sale price or the foreclosure price was today. So I think it's going to keep the prices in the United States down for a very, very long time. On the other hand, we do not have a formal MLS. The pricing and the purchases and what happens here in Costa Rica is very private. Why is that important? I think it's very important because you take a situation, let's say, of a condominium building where you have 10 units that are exactly the same price, same floor plan. They're worth $400,000. 7 people have no desire to sell that property. You have to remember that the majority of our buyers, this is their dream home. This is their vacation home. They made a good decision years ago. They purchased the property with cash. They're not in a position where they have to sell that property. But due to unforeseen circumstances in the United States, maybe 1 or 2 people need to sell that unit. And of course, in order to sell that unit today, they're going to have to sell it at a discounted price. So for the new buyer coming in, that's great because now the market could never be better as a buyer. You're able to get a fantastic piece of property for a substantially less price than you could have a few years ago. At the same token, nobody else in that building is going to be affected by that one person that has to sell their property because as soon as that property is sold, nobody else will know about it. So our market will stay very stable, I think, for very long periods of time and will just continue to grow. As far as our market today, truthfully, we've done more business in the last 8 or 9 months than we have in the 3 years before. And I think that's contributed to a few things. A lot of it is the fact that, of course, for the first couple years of the recession, everybody was gun shy. Nobody wanted to spend any money. But what's happened is now over the last couple of years, a lot of people have decided, hey, you know what? We always had a dream to come to Costa Rica. Let's make this dream happen. Let's not just keep sitting here waiting for the world to turn around. And they've come down and they've purchased property. And a lot of that also is due to the fact that there are limited investment opportunities back in the United States and Canada. It's just very difficult. There's nowhere for somebody to put their money. And so we've actually seen a lot of sales, a lot more than you would think, and a lot more than you read on the internet. It's amazing to me how many people have so much time on their hand to just write negative stuff on the internet that truthfully isn't true. We're very, very busy. I have an office with 16 agents, and literally every single day my agents have somebody in their car and we're writing contracts. My biggest concern, truthfully, is that in the next year or two, we're going to be out of inventory because the developers, on the other hand, have not continued to come in here and build more product. You know, as is understood, if I was a big developer, I don't know if I would want to go and spend the money to build 50 or 100 homes or condominiums in this type of market. So the inventory that's there, the built inventory, is disappearing very, very quickly. And I think, I tell my buyers truthfully, I think you've got about 9 months, maybe a year max to still get a really good deal. And then they're just going to be gone. And that's not to say that a year from now Costa Rica won't be a great investment, because it will be. And that doesn't mean that a year from now, whatever price that home is selling for isn't still a great price, because I truly believe 5 years from now people are going to look back and just laugh at what they could have bought real estate for here today. But if you really want to get a really good deal on a property in Costa Rica, I think you've got maybe 9 months to a year left. And really what I think is ultimately driving our area, we tell all the clients, you know, we're 20 minutes from the airport. And it's not that I make a drive to the airport every day and that's why I need to be 20 minutes from the airport. It's that what the Liberia International Airport does, as in everywhere in the world, is the infrastructure gets built around the airport. The government actually put $18 million expansion into the airport this year, and it is now going to be a first-class, state-of-the-art airport. Air-conditioned terminals, you know, exactly like you would see everywhere else in the world. It's not just going to be landing out on the tarmac and getting down the stairs like it was a couple of years ago. Most importantly are these 2 new hospitals that are being built there. I mean, anyone that's done any research on Costa Rica knows that Costa Rica has phenomenal medical care. People come from all over the world to come here to San Jose for their medical care. The problem with that is recovering in San Jose isn't nearly as nice as recovering at the beach. And I think that what's now going to happen is the whole medical tourism industry is going to shift, and it's going to move to Guanacaste. And so you're going to have all the professionals from San Jose, all these doctors and all these people coming down to build that particular airport and that particular area and be a part of those hospitals. You're going to have a tremendous amount of Americans and Canadians coming down here for medical care, especially with the rising costs in the United States and a lot of the unknown things that are happening right now with the medical care in the United States. And those people are going to want to come, have their hospital and their medical care, and recover, of course, at the beach, where it's a beautiful place to recover. And I think that, like anything, if you're going to be investing, you want to be investing now while these things are growing and these things are building. I think if you wait until all the hospitals are built and all of this stuff is done, you're going to have missed the boat. By then it's going to be too late. And a lot of my clients actually are purchasing real estate as much as an investment and an income as just a retirement and a vacation destination. Again, because we're so close to the airport, we're the very first set of beaches that you come to after you leave the Liberia airport. This is where the majority, probably 70 or 80% of the vacation renters are going to come. They're going to go online, they're going to find the property management companies, they're going to find the rental companies, and they're going to see, hey honey, look, we can rent a house or we can rent a condo right here in Playa Hermosa, literally 15 or 20 minutes from the airport. There's no reason for us to drive an hour or an hour and a half down the road. So I'm seeing even more and more people that are buying condominiums and small vacation homes and letting property management companies rent them out. And they're seeing tremendous returns. I mean, if you talk to the property managers in my area, literally they're begging people to buy more properties and give it to them for inventory, because the majority of my buyers don't rent their homes out. You have to remember, this is their little piece of paradise. This is their retirement home or their vacation home, or they're living in it already 6 or 8 months a year, and their attitude is, I don't want somebody sleeping in my bed. So probably only about 30% of the properties that we sell actually make it to the rental market. So those homes are booked. I have clients that rented their houses and condos 30, 35, 40 weeks last year. So it's giving them a very good cash flow as well. And at the same token, not just being a good long-term investment, but being something that they can use and enjoy now with their families, kids, grandkids, those types of things.
This is Scott Oliver from WeLoveCostaRica.com saying thank you very much indeed to Mr. Michael Simons, who is probably, as far as I know, with all the realtors that I know, the most successful realtor in Costa Rica. Thank you very much indeed for your time today.
Thank you. It's been great.